Hi, this is Eric from Gaming Paper. Good to see you. This is our new isometric paper. This is something that we're testing out right now. We're hoping to do a Kickstarter on very soon. What's cool about isometric paper is it's the way that it's angled, the way that instead of the squares being an actual square, there's sort of a diamond pattern. It's still a 5 foot per inch pattern, but so it's set up to work with standard miniatures, but it gives it a much more three-dimensional feel. It's got a really cool way of looking at it, and it's like an optical illusion, but it's still very usable for game time. So we're going to do a quick run through on how you do this. I'm going to invite my friend Charles in to give you a rundown tutorial on how to do it. All right, thank you very much.
Hey guys, this is Charles with Gaming Paper. I'm here to show you a tutorial on how to use the isometric paper. Here's an example of some of the things that I did last night, playing around with it, and I'm going to show you how I did it. We're going to start here with a simple room. If you go down, you can see the lines can easily be used as a guide. Say you want to do something simple, just kind of follow those lines around. You get a nice square form. Leave a little opening for a hallway or a doorway, and then you can extend that out into another room. Maybe we'll make this one a little larger. And again, just kind of follow those lines diagonally. Kind of follow the line till it connects, and then bring it around. And there you go, there's two rooms. And if you want to keep it simple, just to kind of differentiate the borders of the rooms, you can just add some hatch marks, and that just kind of separates it from the rest of the room, from the rest of the map. All right, and if you want to get a little more complicated, for example, if you want to put a wall up, just start at the corners of the rooms and follow the line up from there, however high you want the wall to be, and then just follow the floor line across, make another line, and connect. And now you have a wall. Now, if it starts getting a little confusing because of the nature of the isometric paper, one thing I've found that works well to kind of differentiate the wall from the floor is to make another line. I usually do it about halfway across, and then follow that line down and add a line there, and then kind of shade that in a little bit. And then you can sort of see the difference between the wall and the floor. Well, the nice thing about the walls is if you have a feature like a tapestry, or if you want to put like a painting, or maybe like a torch on the wall, you can do that here, and it gives you that three-dimensional quality that you don't get with your standard paper, your standard grid, which is nice. Also, you can put features on the floor, and again, you can kind of use the grid as a guide if you're going to do something that's sort of circular, like a fountain. You just kind of follow the shape of the grid to give it that oval shape based on the dimensions. And then again, if you want to give it a little bit of three-dimensionality to it, you can just kind of follow that grid again, and like so. snapshot of three-dimensional object in space. So it's all really a matter of how much effort you want to put into it, what your skill level is. There are a lot of options. You can do something really simple. You can do something a little more complex. There are a lot of options. And if you don't want to do the full walls, and you want to do something that's a little more three-dimensional, for example, we'll say we'll start putting a room here. And you want to put a doorway in there. Again, follow the lines. And an easy way to give you a boundary line is to just add like a little bit of detail right along the edges here. And if you have the room here and you want to give it a little bit of depth without putting a full wall up, you can just add a little bit of a tip on the corner here, and that'll kind of show you where the walls are without actually putting the walls up, and that'll help also with the idea of what direction it's facing. I think that's about it.
You want to show them how to do steps?
Ah, yes, the steps. Okay. Now, one more thing is if you want to put steps in on a different level, you can't follow the line as you would normally for the flat space. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut across here on the diagonal. And you're going to want to go to the next point on the diagonal of this diamond shape right here. And you're just going to want to go up like that, and you can take that up as far as you want. You can make it 2 steps, you could make it go halfway up the sheet, you could make it go all the way up the sheet if you want to. And again, you could do this as wide as you want, as small as you want, just follow that diagonal. And then it gives you the sense that you're moving up the plane. And you can just use plain lines to denote the stairs, or if you really want to get crazy, you can kind of put in a step pattern. Just kind of give them a little bit of a depth to them. This doesn't work so well with the log stairs, I'm discovering. But yeah. Then you get to the top and you just kind of level it back out. Start going on that diagonal the standard way again, and you can open up another room. If you want to go back down, you could easily place another area right here. And once again, following that diagonal, just follow that line right back down. Now, these lines are a convenient guide, but you don't have to follow them. If you want to add something more organic, like a dungeon, you don't have to follow those lines. You can just kind of shape it out however you want. Doesn't really matter. And there you have, say, a little dungeon area. And you could easily cut a wall in there and then keep it going. Just kind of add a little bit of texture to it, some features if you want, and give it that sense of space. Pretty simple. All a matter of how much time, effort, skill level you have. Plenty of options on what you're capable of doing. The best part is just the fact that you can add three-dimensional objects. You can just kind of give it a sense of three-dimensional space. You know, you can make walls and show off different features in a room that you wouldn't be able to do so well with the standard grid. Like you could add treasure chests, things like that that you wouldn't be able to see normally as well. And there you go.
All right, that was Charles with Gaming Paper, giving you a quick overview on how to use isometric paper. Thank you, Charles.